Hi Gemini, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm going to take a quick second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Gemini out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and just leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind also that the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Gemini? Gemini. Right. Gemini, you are starting out with the Hangman. You have the Four of Wands and you have the Two of Swords. Wow. So you have a decision to make, and I feel like you're kind of delaying that decision. This looks like it's a decision about marriage or possibly about bringing, something into a higher commitment. So in other words, if you're dating, you might be considering going exclusive. If you're already exclusive, you might be considering getting engaged and that kind of thing. I feel like you feel like you're not quite sure what you want to do, so you're kind of delaying it. You're going back and forth in your mind. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Gemini's energy. Some of you could be deciding what to do about a marriage if you're currently married. Show me who's in Gemini's energy. All right, we have the Hierophant, sign of Taurus. We have the Ten of Pentacles. And we have the Seven of Wands. All right, so I do feel like this is somebody that you are in some sort of a commitment with, or they want to be in a commitment with you. I do also feel like the reason you're kind of slowing things down is because in the past there has been some kind of a conflict. So something old is being burnt away is what it looks like. Ten of Pentacles, this is somebody who is thinking about things from a long-term perspective. I do feel like this is somebody who is financially doing well. So I feel like the two of you want the same things. However, you could be with somebody who if you're already involved with them, there could be something that needs to be released from the past. Seven of Wands, this person's a little bit defensive. They almost feel like you having this decision and going back and forth and not knowing what decision to make. I do feel like this is somebody who is being very patient with you, but they may also feel like you're trying to control the situation here as well. So let me see the energy between Gemini and this person. Show me the energy between Gemini and this person. Four of Pentacles. Nine of Cups. Yeah, you're guarded here. You're both a little guarded. And this person there's something about this connection that they don't like. It has to do with the delays. There's delays here. Yeah, but I feel like you're just trying to make sure that everything is done properly. They may be misinterpreting that, but it could be because they're looking through the lens of the past. I can definitely tell you that this person is feeling dissatisfied. They're feeling like you're trying to control the situation. They may even feel like you're trying to push your agenda here. And I'm not saying you are. I'm saying that from their perspective, because I actually don't see that in your energy at all. I do see indecision, but it doesn't appear to have a hidden agenda. Let me see what's affecting this connection. I feel like this is somebody that you waited for. You've been holding on to this person's energy for a while. But you're both a little guarded, which is interesting. Okay, we have the Hermit and the Seven of Cups. Yeah, you really do love this person. You love this person. It's like you love this person unconditionally, Gemini. I do feel like you're looking at the options. It's something to do with either marriage or, you know, upscaling the connection. If you're already in a relationship with this person, you're looking at options. You're trying to make some sort of a decision here. And this person that's in your energy, I feel like they're doing some soul searching. They're trying to figure out things as well. They are thinking about this from a long-term perspective. However, like I said, there's something that is happening between the two of you currently that they don't like, and I think it's because of something here in the past. So let me see your outcome. Show me the outcome for Gemini. The Magician in the reverse. Yeah, this is trying to manifest, but what it's going to require is for this person who is being extremely patient. I feel like this person has to make a decision about something. You have to make a decision. You're more indecisive than they are. And it could even be something contractual. Whether it's dissolving a marriage or whether it's, you know, going in, you know, leveling it up. There's a decision here that has to be made. So this is trying to manifest. It has not gotten there yet. You're looking at all the options, and they're trying to find answers as well as to what they should do. So bottom of the deck, we have the Empress in the reverse. This is underlying energy. It does indicate to me that this is not currently growing. And the reason it's not currently growing is because all this energy is going into defending oneself, you know, this decision that has to be made, looking at the options, trying to figure things out. And there's not as much nurturing of the connection as there needs to be. So it's not growing currently. Let me clarify your reading, though. Spirit, why is the Hangman here? You could be dealing with a Virgo or a Gemini, another Gemini. Okay, so we have these Six of Pentacles and we have the Emperor. Yeah, you're taking charge of the situation here. You want something that's balanced. You're trying to create balance. And I also feel like, Gemini, you have a lot of responsibilities on you right now, particularly if you are a business manager, a person of authority, like a high-level manager. I do feel like you have a lot of responsibilities right now. And that's slowing this down as well. You're trying to be fair to everybody here. Let me see, Four of Wands. Why is the Four of Wands here? Show me the Four of Wands for Gemini. Show me the Four of Wands for Gemini. Justice, the Magician in the upright, and the Five of Wands. Yeah. So you're trying to do the right thing. You're trying to, you know, stay within your power. And for the best part, I can see that you are. I definitely see that you are. You're working very hard as well. Stability is very important to you. But whatever this, whatever these options that you're considering, you have a lot of internal conflict about it. And I also feel like because you're trying to make this decision, it's creating conflict with this person in your energy. But you're definitely in a very strong, productive energy. Some of you might be dealing with a twin flame as well, and you just feel like you're not on the same page. So it could be a twin flame or a deep soulmate connection, but you may feel like you're just not quite on the same page with this person. And that might be due to conflict as well. So you're trying to figure it all out. You're trying to make the right decisions. You're manifesting them. Let me see this Two of Swords. Oh. All right, Knight of Cups reversed and the Four of Swords reversed. So you may not be wanting to talk about it, but I feel like you're not going to have a choice about that. there's a decision you have to make. You're kind of delaying it. You're holding back from making this decision. Now, I do see that you have feelings about all of this. You're pulled back. You're trying to make your decisions more intellectually, head over heart. So you're holding back your feelings, your emotions here. And I feel like you don't really want to talk about it, but you're going to have to. You're realizing you're going to have to in order for this to manifest properly. So I do see some communications about it. I do see that you're making sure that you're making good decisions that are like well thought out, that you're not just making emotional decisions. So let me see this person's energy, because I feel like they're interpreting your actions differently than how you are, processing them. Why is the Hierophant here? Why is the Hierophant here for the person in Gemini's energy? Queen of Swords reversed. And the Page of Cups reversed. Oh, they may have had somebody new in their energy at some point. If they did, they've cut that person out. For most of you, though, this person does want to be in a committed connection with you. In fact, they feel that they are. Some of you could be married to this person. However, this person is showing up here as angry. They're showing up because this isn't manifesting the way they want it to. And so they're showing up as being somebody who's angry. They can be very cutting with their words. There's a sense here of them, because this isn't going the way they want, they're unapologetically mean about things. They're cutting. Could be a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Let me see. Now, if you are married to this person, they may feel you're trying to cut them out, and that's the decision you're trying to make. And if so, if that's the case, because I definitely see a timeline in that nature, I feel like you may have recently filed something in the courts, or you're considering doing it, because that's what it's going to take to manifest what it is that you want. And it's going to, that's going to create conflict. So for those of you that are in that situation, this person feels you're cutting them out. Yeah, and they feel like it might be because there's someone new. I'm not necessarily seeing that in your energy, though. Let me see the Ten of Pentacles. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Four of Cups reversed. And the Seven of Cups reversed. Okay, so the person in your energy feels like they've been disrespected. They feel as if things are not equal between the two of you, that they were giving and, emotionally giving, and that it wasn't being recognized. There was some confusion here, and they're basically saying, you know what, Gemini, you caused all this confusion because you had options here, and you, instead of being very clear about what you want, you created this confusion. Well, I'm not confused. I realize that even though, we have something long-term here, I feel like I'm being disrespected. Yeah, and they've been trying to figure this out. They feel like you're trying to control them, is what I'm seeing here. That's the conclusion that they've come to, and they don't like it. They don't like it at all. Why is the Seven of Wands here? Why is the Seven of Wands here? Four of Coins reversed. Now you have the Four of Coins in the upright, and then the Ace of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is a marriage or a relationship where there's money involved, and I feel like this person's going to fight you. Yeah, they're definitely going to fight you. They do not want to see a loss. This person may feel that, for those of you that this is a marriage or a relationship that's ending and there's money involved, this person feels like you're trying to create a loss for them, that you're trying to control the situation. Now, if that is not, because I see more than one timeline, if that's not your situation, I do feel like this is somebody who has come to the conclusion that, you know, you are the choice for them. They're thinking about things long term. I do feel like this person has had a lot on their mind. They've been trying to figure things out. They're trying to make some sort of a decision too. But the decision that they're making is that they're going to let bygones be bygones. Like I said earlier, they may be viewing this connection through the lens of the past. And so this person is deciding, okay, I need to release that. I need to let all of that go in order to have this new beginning. There's definitely two distinct timelines that are showing up here. Let me see the energy between Gemini and this person. Show me the energy between Gemini and this person. All right, we have the Three of Cups, the Hangman, very strong energy of delay, and then we have the Six of Wands. So the energy between the two of you is there's a deep recognition of what is actually taking place here. I do feel like you're definitely in this, I got to put a delay on things. You're trying to take control of the situation, but the best way that you can do that is to kind of sit on things for a little bit. You know, you feel like you have a lot of people wanting something from you. If this is the case where there might be a divorce happening, I do feel like you're trying to be fair in that situation, but you're definitely not going to rush into anything. And I see that in both timelines. Now, and that is going to lead you to a successful conclusion, or at least that's how you feel. Now, this person that's in your energy, for some of you, I feel like there's some sort of a reconciliation that's taking place. This person felt like perhaps they had been cut out. So if this is somebody that, you know, you're leveling things up, one of you may have had someone new in your energy that has been cut out. There's a reconciliation that's taking place here. If this is somebody who you are currently married to on that second timeline, this person could have started dating, or they could be going out with friends or family. There's something about celebrating and, you know, basically going out in order to cope with their feelings of dissatisfaction. So let me see what's affecting the connection. If there's a legal battle, you both want to win it. You're moving slowly and methodically. The Sun, Eight of Cups reversed, and the Four of Wands. You both have the Four of Wands. Yeah, so there's something to do with coming back together here. Yeah, there's something to do with coming back together on both timelines. Because this is a return of someone who's walked away, and it could have been either of you. I do feel like it's going to make you happy. Yeah, it's definitely going to make you happy, but it's also creating confusion for you because there's been conflict. There's been, you know, there's been options, different options. So in both timelines, though, I see a return of someone who walked away, but I see it being successful. I see a reconciliation happening. I see a leveling up. So actually both timelines kind of converge into the same area of success. Has it completely manifested yet? No. No. This person's giving a lot of thought to this connection, though. The stability of it, the longevity of it, the past, what's occurred here in the past. So let's see your outcome. Show me the outcome for Gemini. Ten of Swords, King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarian energy, and the Five of Swords. So in your outcome, part of the reason this is not quite manifesting by the end of the week is because there's going to be a fight. I see conflict on both sides. And I have to tell you, this person in your energy, they feel like you're trying to control them. They're fighting to like, you know, free themselves from that. They're viewing things from a lens of the past. They do want this connection. I can see it clearly, but there's something here that they have to release and let go. I see conflict happening, and that's going to affect whether this manifests, you know, quickly versus, you know, later. I see it manifesting anyway, but I feel like it's being halted because of conflict. Now, in your energy, I also see that there has been a painful ending, and that is affecting your ability to make a decision, to, you know, make a firm decision here. You may have felt at some point that this person rejected you. I see you talking about all of that. I see you relating how you felt rejected or how you felt, you know, betrayed or, you know, crushed by an ending. And then I feel like it kind of comes in, it creates this conflict, and it doesn't manifest by the end of the week because you're both processing stuff here from the past. Does it look like it's going to manifest? Yes. But I feel like it's a delay, Gemini, because there's stuff here from the past that has to be worked out. It has to be processed through. Yeah. But in both timelines, I see it converging down into the same ending. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles reversed. And that does indicate to me a reunion, coming back together, finding what was once considered to be lost. Yeah, so, but it's going to take a minute to get there. There's things here that have to be processed from the past, and it's going to be difficult for both of you. It's going to create some conflict. So let me pull an oracle card, and we'll see if there's any further advice for Gemini. I feel like we should take this one. Okay, so your card says Gentle Gardener. Okay, Gentle Gardener. And it shows eggs, and eggs, you know, typically are about the birthing of something growing and hatching, you know, but taking time to do so. So let me read this card for you. Give me just a second. It says, be your own person, be a conscious co-creator. The Gentle Gardener is visiting you at this moment in your life to remind you that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create the reality you experience. She is the embodiment of the energy within you that is sent out into the field of co-creation and ensures that all that you are is reflected in the world of form. Are you aware of your thoughts? And what is their quality? Believe in limitless possibility and you will see miracles unfold. The Gentle Gardener guarantees the integrity of everything you send out into the world. Stay positive and expect a wondrous return. Your garden is abundant with beauty. All right. I hope that that's been helpful for you. If you've resonated with this reading, Gemini, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And hype the video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you in your next reading, Gemini, know that you are loved, and namaste.